Oh, here comes the water. Oh, damn. Oh, hey, the waves are really close to the plane. And we just barely missed it. Whee!
Electronic devices must not be used until you are inside the terminal.
That's this cab.
Welcome to New Zealand, a country of 2 big islands in the southern hemisphere. Population 4.6 million. Just to put into comparison, Bangkok City is just a little shy of 10 million people.
New Zealand, where any person can be a Disney princess.
Me and Susie were here to travel around the country and visit her friends and family. We spent our first week in the North Island, eating lots of food, most of it fish and chips and meat pies. Her brother Fraser even took us out kayak fishing on the Kapiti coast.
Hi, brother.
Hey.
The conditions were tough, but I did catch a mackerel with a sabiki, which left me quite happy. After spending a week in the North Island, it was time to go south. We traveled from Arrowtown to a town called Twizel, 187 kilometers to the south. Welcome to Twizel. Population 1,250. This small town, nestled in the mountains, was founded to house the construction workers of the Upper Waitiki hydroelectric scheme. The construction of the hydroelectric dams here have led to many canals being built in Twizel. Some opportunists in recent years have turned these canals into salmon farms. Every once in a while, they would release some back into the water to control the market supply.
Oh, I think we got one for. Yeah, we got one here too. See you in the water. That's Matt.
Matt over here was born in the North Island, but quickly fell in love with the wild beauty of the South, where he found his passion for fishing and hunting. The technique we are using here is called drift fishing. We cast the lures towards the cages and walk along the banks with the current to maximize the time the lures spend drifting near the cages. We used very light fishing tackle with lures that resembled either salmon eggs or very small fish. The canals of Twizel get their distinctive blue color from the glacial waters from the surrounding mountains. For a Bangkok City boy, where canals are usually dark brown and filled with floating dead dogs, this was a little bit of a mindfuck for me. We spent 2 days fishing in the freezing cold in Twizel. The temperature fluctuated between 7 Celsius to as low as -2 Celsius. And it didn't help when it rained either. Being cold and wet is not a nice thing, especially when you forget to bring gloves. And so we finished this trip with no fish, and with nothing to show for it but some frozen fingers. Suze and I decided to go check out Queenstown and see some of the filming locations for Lord of the Rings. It was a sweet trip. The end. Kidding! Right as we arrived in Queenstown, Matt contacted me again and asked if I wanted one last chance at Twizel. Obviously, I said yes, and woke up at 4 a.m. the next morning to make the 2-hour drive there with him. After playing around with some lure setups, I finally got my first bite. But I missed the hook set. Right after the missed hook set, Matt tells me after that in order to set the hook on the salmon, you have to take it easy. Feel the weight of the fish first, then gently set the hook.
Good on. Good one.
Need a netter?
Yeah, you can use your hands or you can use the net.
I don't want to get it cold. It's too damn cold to use my hands. I'll net it for you.
Salmon.
Oh. Oh, nicely done. Oh, oh, oh. Fall again. You know. Oh. Alright.
Need a bigger one now.
I think I'm overdoing it with 2 swim baits. Alright, I give up. I was gonna use this one.
And finally, I hooked onto my first fish in Twizel.
Oh my, they fight so fun. So fun on the light tackle. Oh shit.
Let's follow him down.
Okay.
With my line being of only 8-pound breaking strength, I realized I needed to keep the fight gentle. This ain't no snakehead fight.
Take your time with the fight with these, right?
Yeah, man. Take your time.
Do you have anything fight like this yet today?
No.
No?
This is the biggest one today.
Oh shit.
No pressure.
No pressure. Let's take my time. I only waited like 6 hours for this. More.
Yeah, just wear them out.
Want to take this home?
Oh, we'll have a look at it first. It's going to be decent sized fish, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx it.
Neither do I.
Matt had told me earlier that an average fight with a fish here, with the gear that we had, would take usually at least 10 minutes and can easily go for 30 minutes, if it is a strong and big one.
That's about 2.5 kilo, I would say.
Yeah.
Almost 3.
Let's bring it into the net and we'll find out.
At this point, I had no idea what I had hooked onto. Could be a salmon, could be brown trout, or even a rainbow trout. My biggest concern here is the floating fish cages. If the fish is anything like the snakeheads I'm used to, they would definitely try to swim in there to break the line off.
Oh, it's kind of pattern today.
It does.
Spawning.
Yeah.
The hook set's really light, just like you described.
Yeah. It's a wee
Lift it
salmon.
up, and then all of a sudden you got a fight on.
It's you can see it hasn't really been around the nets very long. Its tail's still nice and sharp.
So a healthy fish then.
Yeah, well it's not
Not a spawning.
not been hanging around the cages for very long. That's why it's fighting so hard.
New to the neighborhood.
Would you like a net?
Net, where's the net? Yes, please. Would love one. It's almost done. We've been fighting this for like what? 5 minutes? 6 minutes? I would say. Oh, I just say thank you to Matt for hooking me onto this, teaching me how.
That's it. Nice wee salmon.
Salmon?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, nice.
It's good silver.
Turn him onto the end. Oh. Have any teeth?
Nope. Get into it. Sort of, not really.
Well, we're doing this the safe way. Oh my gosh! So, is that a legal fish?
That's a very legal fish.
All right, folks.
That is
this
a keeper.
My very legal salmon. My first salmon ever. ปลาแซลมอนตัวแรกของผม For the Thai viewers out there, have to speak a little bit of Thai. Oh, whoa. Okay, let's get onto flat land. Taking this baby home.
To me, beautiful.
3 days in Twizel. Oh, what was it? 3 days in Twizel. This is it, folks. Not the biggest salmon, but my first salmon, and that's what matters. It's all about the adventure. It's all about the experience. And here we are in the middle of the mountains, fishing in the canals with lures for salmon. We're gonna take this baby home and make a nice dinner.
The king salmon, or the Chinook salmon, is native to North America. This is considered a small adult. A proper trophy-sized one can grow easily over a meter long, but at 61 centimeters and 4 kilograms, it fed us beautifully for the next 3 days. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone involved for helping me make this video happen, especially Matt. Thank you for showing me how to catch my first salmon. I'm Ozbanka Hooker. Thank you all for watching and for coming on this adventure with me, and I'll see you next time.